So, hello, good afternoon. We are the group 2 and this is our system, a fast food ordering system. So, here are my group and group members. I am John Oliver Valenzuela. We have John Jenry Mendoza, Aguiluz Peregrin, Sergi Andicoy, and Leonard Marasigan. So, for a brief introduction of our system, our food ordering system is a web based application designed to provide a seamless and efficient food ordering experience. Developed using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, where customers can browse menus, select their favorite food, user can easily manage their cart, update item quantities, and proceed to checkout with these. So the functional paradigm the paradigm that we choose is the functional paradigm. The functional paradigm is a style of programming that treats computation as the evaluation of mathematical functions and avoids changing the state and mutable data. It emphasizes pure functions, immutability, and higher order functions. So this is the sample output of our ordering system. So as you can see, we have there the menu. You can manually select it. And then, meron po dito tayong add to carts button which is pagka yung selected na menu nyo is in-add to cart nyo, mapupunta siya doon sa cart nyo and automatic na magto-total siya ng presyo. And then meron din tayo ditong proceed to checkout and clear cart for ease of manipulation. So for the discussion of HTML codes, we have Leonard Marasigan and Sergi Andicoy.
Makita natin dyan yung HTML code naman tayo. Kaya makita natin dyan yung ating pinaka-code sa ating Java. Makita natin yung page title na heading Fast Food Ordering System displays the main title of the web page. Then menu section. Place order for food items will be dynamically updated using JavaScript. Yan. Yung division natin ID equals to menu is pwede pa natin siyang dagdagan pero ang pagdagdag natin ay dun mismo sa ating JavaScript. Then cart section. Division ID cart section class equals hidden represents the cart section. ID cart section used to identify the cart in JavaScript class hidden, initially hidden like controlled via CSS. Selected item details. Heading selected item, yun yung ating section title. Paragraph ID selected item name, display the name of the selected food item. Paragraph ID selected item price, display the price of the selected item. These elements will be updated dynamically when a user selects an item. Quantity selector. Division contains buttons for adjusting quantity. Button on click, update quantity, -1, decrease the item quantity. Span ID, item quantity, display the current quality, default to 1. Button on click, update quantity, 1. Increase the item quantity. Add to cart button. Button ID equals to add to cart. On click, add to cart, add to cart. Calls the JavaScript function add to cart when click lightly adds the selected item to the shopping cart. And next naman tayo. Makita naman natin diyan yung ating cart container. Cart container, division ID equals to cart container. This is the main cart section that displays the selected items. Cart header. Heading cart displays the title cart. Cart list. An ordered list ID cart list. This is an ordered list where selected items will be added dynamically, initially empty, but JavaScript will update it when users add items to the cart. Total price display. Paragraph total price. Displays the total price of all items in the cart. The ID equals total price is used in JavaScript to update the total amount initially set to 0.00 but update as items are added. Checkout button. Button on click, proceed to checkout, proceed to check calls the JavaScript function proceed to checkout. When clicked, likely handles the checkout process, confirming the order or redirecting to payment. Clear cart button. Button ID clear cart. Calls the JavaScript functions clear cart. When clicked, likely removes all items from the cart and reset the total price to 0.00. And lastly sa ating HTML code is the checkout section. Pakita natin dyan yung ating checkout section na code sa JavaScript. Checkout section container, division ID checkout section class equals to hidden. This division contains the checkout process. It has class hidden, meaning it's initially hidden, likely controlled by CSS and JavaScript. Checkout header. Heading checkout displays the title checkout. Total amount display. Paragraph total amount. Span ID checkout total 0.00. Displays the total amount to be paid. ID equals to checkout total updated dynamically with the total cart amount. Amount paid input. Label. Enter amount paid. Input type number ID amount paid. Mean equals to 0, step equals to 0.1. Provides an input field for the user to enter the amount they are paying. Type equals to number. Ensures all numerical values can be entered. ID equals to amount paid used in JavaScript to retrieve the entered amount. Mean equals to 0. Prevents negative values. Step equals to 0.1 allows decimal values useful to centavos. Pay button. Button on click equals to calculate change pay. Calls the JavaScript function calculate change when clicked. Likely checks if the user has entered enough money and calculates the change. And lastly is the change output section. Division ID change output. This division is where the calculated change will be displayed, will be updated dynamically using JavaScript after clicking pay.
So for the CSS part of our fast food ordering system, we have Mr. Sergi Andicoy to explain it to you.
Um, so dito po tayo sa CCS na naman tuloy. So dito po sa CSS. Dito po sa CSS code namin, una nyo pong makikita ay yung body at saka yung menu. So dito po sa body, nakapaloob po yung font family, text align, and doon naman po sa menu nakapaloob yung display, grid, template column, top padding, and border radius. So magsisimula po muna tayo dito sa body. Sa font family po, naka-Arial po siya, naka-sans serif. And dito po naapektuhan po neto yung font na gamit. Na po naka-text align ay naka-center po siya. And dito naman po tayo paano sa menu. Sa menu po naka-display po ay grid. Ayun po yung ano niya, yung mismong menu ay nandun sa naka-grid po siya ang pagkakaano niya. And dun sa grid template columns, ito po yung pagkakaano po ng grid na naka-display. And yung gap po ay 10 pixel, sa padding 20 pixel, and border radius 20 pixel. And this CSS code starts a web page by defining appearance of the body and the specific element with the ID menu. The body section, the font by Arial to Arial, or any available sans serif and if Arial is not available. Ensuring a clean and modern look is also center or documented knowledge. The menu section is combined grid laid out with three equal columns, making it well structured for displaying items in a row. The grid items are evenly spaced with gap of 10 pixels, while the entire menu has 20 pixels of padding for spacing around its content. Additionally, the border radius property gives the menu a rounded corner effect with 20 pixel radius, making it visually softer and more appealing overall. The CSS enhances readability, layout structure, and aesthetic appeal. So, ito po yung pag-explain natin ng ano. So, natatapos na po tayo dun sa body. Ang sumunod naman po ay item hover, and yung hidden. Dito naman po sa item, nakapalog po dito yung border, padding, cursor, transition. And sa item hover naman po, nakapaloob dun yung border, background color, and display. Yung sa nakapaloob po dun yung hidden. Sa item po, nakapaloob po dito yung border. Siyempre yung border po, kailangan ayusin po yung kulay dun. Naka 1 pixel po siya and naka-solid po siyang puti. And sa padding po, naka 10 pixel. Yung cursor po, ay po yung sa mouse. Yun po yung ginagamit dun sa para napapalitan. And transition naman po ay 0.3 seconds. And dito naman po sa item hover, nakapaloob po dito yung border. Ginawa naman po namin dilaw yon, and yung background color po ay kulay puti. So, dun dito po sa hidden, nakapaloob po dito yung display. And CSS code defines the styling for different elements on a web page. Focusing on interactive items, the item class applies the light gray solid border of 1 pixel, giving each item a subtle boundary. It also adds 10 pixels of padding for spacing, set the corresponding pointer to indicate clickability, and includes a smooth 0.3-second transition effect for any change, making interaction feel more fluid. The item hover selector targets item when hover over or when they are selected. When active, the border begins to pixel and change color to yellow. The background color turn on lighter yellow. This provides clear visual feedback to user. Lastly, the hidden class is used to completely hide an element by setting display name, making it invisible on the page. This JavaScript overall code enhances user experience by improving interactive and visual clarity. So, tapos na po tayo sa sumunod naman po ay cart section and cart list. Dito po nakapaano yung mga napasok na po yung mga ating mga naka-food system po tayo. Dito na po yung parang mga in-order natin. Yung margin, top, padding, border. And sa cart list naman po nakaano yung list style, margin, padding, background border, display, and justify content. So, ito po. This CSS code style a shopping cart section and any list item, creating a structured and visual appealing layout. The cart section is styled the main container of the cart. It has a margin top of 20 pixels to add space above it and padding of 10 pixels for internal spacing. The container has a 1 pixel solid tray which help visual separately it from the fifth element. The display inline block property ensure it take up only much space as needed, without stretching to the full width of the pen container. The cart list selector style individual this item inside the cart. The list style non-removable bullet points from the list item. The margin is 10 pixels on top and bottom, but 0 on the side, while the padding is 10 pixels inside each item. The background color is set to light yellow, and then 1 pixel solid yellow makes each item stand out. For layout display, flex is used to align content inside the list item to justify content space between property, ensure elements inside each item are spaced apart, and align items. Center vertically. Center them for a clean, organized appearance. Dito naman po, sumunod naman po ay yung cart list button and cart list button hover. Dito po sa cart list button nakapaloob yung background, color, border, padding, cursor, and border radius. Dito po sa cart list button, ang target lang po nito yung pinaka-button po. And dito po sa cart list button hover, kung pag umano na po yung button, doon na po naapektuhan. So the CS code start button within the cart list section, ensuring they are visually appealing and user-friendly. The cart list button selects the default button appearance. The background color is red and the color is for high contrast. The button has no border, making it look cleaner. The padding is set to 5px 10 pixel, ensuring comfortable clickable area. The cursor changes to a pointer when hover signaling interactivity. The border radius of 5 pixel rounds the corner slightly, giving it a modern look. The cart list button hover to directors change the background color to dark red when the user hover over the button. This provides a clear visual response, improving the user experience. Overall, the style screen a clean, intuitive, and responsive button for action like removing items from a cart. Tapos na po tayo dun sa button and the button hover. Dito naman po tayo sa checkout section. And ang nakapaloob po sa checkout section ay border, padding, margin, tab, and background display. Dito po sa checkout section, dito na po yung parang resulta nung in-order natin na pagkain or yung prepare po ng customer. Nandun na rin po yung hidden. The CSS code is styling checkout section and class for hiding elements. The checkout section applies a 2-pixel yellow border around the checkout area and keep a 20 pixel of padding for spacing inside the box. It also adds 20 pixels of space above section to separate it from other elements and set a light yellow background color for a soft appearance. The display and property initially hides the checkout section, probably so it can be revealed to others using JavaScript when the user is ready to complete the purchase. The hidden class simply hides any element appealing to by setting display to none, offering a quick way to hide elements as needed during the user's interaction with the page. And ito naman po, tapos na po tayo dito sa checkout section and dito naman po tayo sa print receipt and print receipt button hover. Nakapaloob po sa print receipt button ay background, color, borders, padding, and cursor, and border radius, and margin top. Dito po, ito po yung button na para magpiprint isang receipt. And yung print receipt naman po, button hover, ay yung pag nilalapatan na po niya na po yung cursor, saka po magbabago yung color. And the CSS code style a button with the ID print receipt button, giving it a green background, white text, and no border for a clean appearance. It includes padding for pixel, 15 pixels to make the button larger and more clickable, along with the border radius of the 5 pixels to round its corner for a softer look. The cursor pointer property ensures the cursor changes to a hand icon when hovering over the button, indicating interactivity. Additionally, a margin tab of 10 pixels adds space above the button to separate it from other elements. When the user hovers over the button, the background changes to dark green, providing a visual effect that enhances the user experience.
So for the JavaScript part of our fast food ordering system, we have John Jenry Mendoza, Aguiluz Emmanuel Peregrin, and me, John Oliver Valenzuela, to explain it to you. So for the first part of our JavaScript program, we have Agulus Emmanuel Peregrin.
Menu items array contains a list of food items available for selection in a shopping cart system. Each item is represented as an object with three properties: ID, name, and price. The ID uniquely identifies each item, while the name provides description such as burger or chicken nuggets. The price indicates the cost of each item in the video. So, this array nagsaserve siya as foundation para sa pagdi-display ng mga available products, selecting items, and calculating totals within the order system. So, next page. Uh, this code initializes the key variables for a shopping cart system. The selected item is set to null, indicating no item is selected initially. The selected quantity is assigned a default value of 1, ensuring at least one item is added to the cart. The cart is an empty array that will store items as they are added. Finally, the total price. It initialized to see the total price is initialized to 0 to keep track of the total cost of the cart's contents. This variable from the foundation for managing item selection, cart updates, and checkout calculation in an e-commerce application. Next. This JavaScript code dynamically creates and displays menu items on a web page. It first selects the containers where the menu will be displayed, loops through the menu items array, and creates a new division for each item. The item's name and price are added inside the division, and a click event is assigned to let users select an item. Finally, the item is appended to the menu container, making it visible on the page. So lastly, the select item function. This JavaScript function select item element. It is responsible for updating the user interface when a menu item is selected. When a user clicks on a item, the function first removes the selected class from all other menu items to ensure only one item is highlighted at a time. Then it adds the selected class to the clicked item, visually indicating that it has been chosen. The selected item's details, including its name and price, are stored in the selected item variable, and the quantity is reset to the one next. The function updates the cart selection by displaying the selected item's name, formatted price with two decimal places, and the default quantity. Finally, it removes the hidden class from the cart selection, making it visible on the web page. This ensures that whenever an item is selected, the cart section dynamically updates and appears, providing a seamless user experience.
So, function add to cart. The add to cart function is responsible for adding a selected item to the shopping cart. First, it checks if there's a selected item. If not, the function returns immediately to prevent errors. Then, it searches for the selected item in the cart array using the find method. If the item already exists in the cart, it increments its quantity by currently selected quantity. Otherwise, if the item is not in the cart, it pushes a new object containing the sealed item's detail along with the selected quantity into the cart array. After updating the cart, it calls update cart UI to refresh the cart display and finally hides that cart section by adding the hidden class, ensuring that the user interface updates correctly. Next slide. So, function remove from cart. The remove from cart item ID function is responsible for removing an item from the shopping cart based on its unique ID. It uses the filter method to create a new array containing only the item whose ID does not match the given item ID, effectively removing the specified item from the cart. After updating the cart, the function calls update cart UI to refresh the user interface and reflect the changes. Next slide. Function update total price. The update total price function calculates the total price of all items in the shopping cart by using the reduce method. It iterates through each item in the cart, multiplying the item's price by its quantity and summing up the total. The final computed total price is then assigned to the total price of variable. To ensure the total displayed with two decimal places, it updates the HTML element with the ID equal total price by setting its text content to the total price to fixed, ensuring proper formatting for currency display. Next. Lastly, the update cart UI. The update cart UI function updates the shopping cart's user interface. It first selects the HTML element with the ID cart equals cart list and clears its current content by settling inner HTML to an empty string. Then it resets the total price to 0. The function loops through each item in the cart array using for each, creating new li element for each item. Each list item displays the item's name, quantity, and total price. Format to the two decimal places. Additionally, a remove button is included which calls remove from cart item.id. When clicked, the generated li is then appended to the cart list. Finally, the total price is updated and displayed in the HTML element with id equals total price.
So for this function, proceed to checkout. As you can see here, the first if block statement, this ensures that the cart is not empty and pagka empty lang yung cart nyo and tinry nyo mag-proceed to checkout or pinutin nyo yung proceed to checkout button, may message na lalabas doon sa taas na your cart is empty. So if may laman naman yung cart nyo, magpo-proceed siya na i-execute itong block of code na nasa baba, which is total niya yung item ng price ng mga items and then yung quantity, then i-display niya yung total calculated price and then yung other pang function nito. So the proceed to checkout function manages the checkout process by first checking if the shopping cart is empty. This is the part of that. Itong if case na to. So it alerts the user and exits the function. Otherwise, it calculates the total price of items in the cart using the reduce method, which multiplies each item's price by its quantity and sums up the result. The total price is logged into the console and displayed in an HTML element with ID checkout total, formatted into two decimal places. Then the function retrieves the checkout section from the document, removes the hidden class to make it visible, and sets its displays to style to block, ensuring that the checkout section appears on the screen. So for the calculate change function, the calculate change function determines the change to be returned to the customer after payment. It begins by retrieving and converting the amount paid from the input field into a floating point number. If the amount paid is invalid or NAN or less than the total price, an alert is triggered, notifying the user of insufficient funds and the function terminates. Otherwise, the change is computed by subtracting the total price from the amount paid and the result is displayed in the change output section, formatted into two decimal places, along with the breakdown of denominations from the change denomination function. Finally, the function makes and print receipt and restart order buttons visible by removing their hidden class, allowing the user to proceed with the next steps. So for the get change denominations, dito sa get change denominations, parang kino-compute lang niya or nagde-decide siya kung anong breakdown nung change mo. Halimbawa ay yung change mo ay 151, i-display niya yung denomination, yung change na yon into smaller bits like isang 1 peso, isang 50 pesos, and isang 100 pesos to make out the change of 151. So dito sa function natin, meron tayong dalawang variable which is in denominations. Dito natin kinukuha yung available denominations na which is naka-base sa basic currency ng Philippines. Which is meron tayong 1,000 peso bill, 500 peso bill, 100 peso bill, 50, 20, and 10 peso coin up to the 1 centavo coin. So dito naman sa function na to, ito yung for each na nagko-compute ng breakdown ng denomination natin. So dito, mina-minus lang niya i-mina-minus yung denomination hanggang sa mag-0, and then ipapasa niya yung result na yun sa result. Then yung result ay i-return natin as the output of the whole function. The get change denomination function calculates the breakdowns of change into different denominations. It starts by defining an array of available denominations, ranging from 1,000 down to 0.01. The function initializes result string containing a heading for the change breakdown. Then it iterates through the denomination, determining how many times it fits into the remaining change using matfloor change divide denom. If at least one of the denomination is needed, the function appends this information to the result string in the format count xp denomination. The value of change is then reduced by the corresponding amount. Ensuring the accurate breakdown, the function finally returns the result string, which can be displayed to inform the user of their change distribution. So for the last function, we have the function clear cart. So from the name itself, it just clears the cart. Then meron tayo ditong iseset niya yung array cart into 0. Ibig sabihin, naalisin niya yung laman. And then dito, itong function na to ay call natin para i-update yung mismong UI na yung cart ay empty. So the get change, so hindi ko na babasahin since hindi yata na-update yung description. So bale ayun lang yung clear cart. Bale i-clear lang niya yung UI doon sa cart section na halimbawa nag-add ka ng cart and then i-clear cart mo siya. Pag pindot mo yung clear cart button is i-call niya yung function na to, and then i-clear niya lang yung cart. And that's it for our presentation of our fast food ordering system. Again, we are the group 2, and thank you so much.